Do you know what I like to do when Bitcoin hits $100,000 a coin? I like to look at some baseball cards. Hey, I got a special gift in the mail. Totally unexpected. My man, Eddie's Cardboard Chaos. He sent me this great card. Check that out. 'Tis the season to look at some baseball cards. So he has a note in here. John crossed out President Mangini. Not a baseball card, but something I thought you might like as the only other YouTuber who I have heard mention this future star. Have a great holiday season and see you in Chicago. Eddie. And I have this. Thought I'd open it on air. Well, I guess this is a recording. It's not really on air. But in honor of Eddie, let me just say, hello, everybody. I have that down pretty good, Eddie. It's from watching all your videos. Oh, wow. Oh, man. This is awesome. In a Mag Pro with a personalized label. Coco Gauff. I do not have that one, and I do collect her. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, what a great label. I'll always remember who gave it to me. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. Speaking of Mag Pro, I'm going to be interviewing some people from Mag Pro, the guy who it was his brainchild, and the people I get my labels from, Kim Anderson over there, and Alex, and I'm gonna delve in. I'm gonna have them tell you about what they do. They have a new announcement that they want to make, and then I'm gonna present some of the questions that you all always ask, and everybody wants to know about different sizes and inner sleeves and all that good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that interview. Now, I got a few new cards from my 1953 Bowman, for my 1953 Bowman set, and I haven't looked through this set in a long time, and I wanted to do so and do it with you. And I know a lot of people show the 1953 Bowman cards, but I wanted to show you mine. First of all, and I think this is just an underappreciated card in the hobby myself. I don't see a lot of them, don't hear a lot about it, but it's one of my favorite Mickey Mantle cards, man. I just love it. I think I fell in love with it in the 1989 Bowman set when they did the inserts of some of the old cards, some of the old Bowman cards. I just love this card. It's a beauty. Of course, so many people love this card, the Pee Wee Reese. Here's Ralph Kiner. Roy Campanella. Duke Snider. Man, just makes me feel good to say these names and to see these cards with these legends. Bob Feller. Richie Ashburn. Here's Billy Martin and Phil Rizzuto. Enos Country Slaughter. The clouds in the background. Look at that. Gil Hodges at first base. One of my favorite cards in this set. This is one of my all-time favorite cards. I don't know why. I've always loved this card. Joe Garagiola. childhood friend of Yogi Berra. Yogi talked him into trying out. And of course, a great announcer. Used to love how he announced. Beautiful card of Robin Roberts. That's a beauty. Look at that thing. Billy Martin. Warren Spahn. This is just beautiful, this card. The one big card I need for this set is Whitey Ford. I have never picked one up. Bobby Shantz. Here's the Mick, Hank Bauer, and Yogi Berra. Picked this up at my first card show in Tampa. Ollie Reynolds. Allie Reynolds. I won't call him by his nickname because White Sox Collector told me he never liked that name. So I will no longer use it. Carl Erskine. I have two Monty Irvins. One of those deals where I bought one thinking I didn't have it. They're both really nice examples. Billy Lowe's. I don't know why, but to me, Billy Lowe's has some beautiful cards. Years ago, I got involved in just a few breaks. Don't remember how I stumbled on them, but they would take old sets and they would do breaks of them and stuff. Forget the name of the company. But anyway, I did a 52 break and I got this Nully Fox in it. So that's where that comes from. And I was searching for a Larry Doby. I wanted to add a Larry Doby, and this one's off center. But for whatever reason, it just spoke to me. It was a good price. Beautiful card other than the centering. Hank Bauer. This Luke Easter is a great card. Vic Wertz. Of course, he hit the ball where Willie Mays made his famous over-the-head catch in the World Series in '54. And here is Sam Jethro. Somebody sent me this, and this is just classic. This was 3D 80s Kid, I believe, sent me this. Jack Daniels sent me this with a card of a player named Coke. So sent me a Jack and Coke. Oh, sorry. We'll go back to some of these Candy Striper slabs. Minnie Minoso. I call these Candy Striper slabs because, I don't know, to me they look like they would appeal to a 12-year-old girl. Carl Furillo. One of the greatest arms in baseball history. Bob Friend. Gil McDougall. Great card. Bobby Avila. Another great card. These are all great cards. Who am I kidding? I just got this from my good friend. You know who you are. Stan Musial. Man, this card's hard to find with good eye appeal and well centered. Really tough. Oh, I have another Billy Lowe's. Why not have two? Del Ennis. Just showed a Del Ennis rare card not that long ago. Gus Zernal. And we have Smokey Burgess. Bob Prince, the old announcer for the Pirates, used to say he could hit while he was in bed. Now, Smokey Burgess here, he always bragged that he won the 1960 World Series for the Pirates because they replaced him with Hal Smith. And before Bill Mazeroski's home run, Hal Smith homered, replacing him, and tied the game. So Smokey Burgess says he's the reason why. I have some of the black and whites. Here's Johnny Mize. These are way tougher. Only a few Hall of Famers in it. He's one of them. And Hoyt Wilhelm here. Johnny Sane. Spawn and Sane, pray for rain. Eddie Robinson. Now, Eddie Robinson, if I'm not mistaken... All right, guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he was the oldest living member of the last Cleveland team back then to win the World Series. Before their long dry spell. I believe. But he's with the Athletics here. Or the... Who's he with? Yeah, the Athletics. Before they went to Oakland. Or Kansas City. They went to Kansas City first, right? And this is Paul LaPalme. Not really familiar with him, but he's a Pirate, and it's a really cool card, and it's in the black and white set. And I'll leave you with this. You know, I never used to be into collecting modern cards with old players, right? Like, hard for me to get excited to pull a 2020 Ty Cobb. But a lot of people would send me care packages with some really cool older players and numbered cards and refractors of old players, you know, on modern cards. And I gained a little bit of a new appreciation for them. And I do collect them now. I collect them a lot more selectively. But I do have a newfound appreciation for them. And I have this beautiful Prism refractor of Babe Ruth here. Guys, I'm just going to be honest. You know I love my vintage. Man, I love me some refractors. Eddie, thank you so much. This is too generous. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. And thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me.